displaying the glory of God's creation by exploring America one park at a time. Welcome to Parking Full Time with Big Dave, the park's professor. First hole. The par and distance are at the top of the screen. This hole plays south with the park entrance road through the trees to the left, and you don't want to miss left over towards the entrance road, but otherwise this is a very open and very straightforward hole. I want to welcome you back to Parking Full Time. I am Big Dave, the park's professor. There is the first basket, and there's the view back to the tee from behind the basket. The second hole is a short dogleg right. There are a couple of trees around the basket, but otherwise this is another pretty open hole. A good throw with a slight left to right disc flight should set up a birdie or even an eagle here. I need to say a word about the pars. This course was built in 1981, and it's one of the oldest courses that I know of. The pars definitely reflect that era, and they also reflect how much the game of disc golf has advanced over the past 40 plus years. Today these pars are definitely beginner pars, but they're on the high side even for beginner pars. The third hole is another short dogleg right. There are some trees on the inside of the dogleg, but again, a good left to right throw should set up at least a birdie and probably an eagle opportunity. We are at Winton Woods County Park. We are on the north side of Cincinnati, Ohio. This park is owned and maintained by Hamilton County. The fourth hole is the last of the holes that plays south with the park entrance road on the left. It is also the longest hole on the front nine. So you don't want to miss left, but overall this is a very open hole. Most players will be able to make a birdie or even eagle on this hole. I captured this video on Friday, October the 25th, and it was a beautiful day with temperatures in the low 60s when I came here. There's the view back to the tee from behind the basket. The fifth hole plays away from the park road. It is a wide fairway, especially for such a short hole, but there are dense woods on either side, and so if you get too far off of the fairway, you're going to have a tough recovery throw or maybe even a lost disc. I'll also mention that a lot of these baskets have this ring of blacktop around them, and that's kind of a problem because that blacktop tends to really scuff up your disc, and it's right beside the basket, so it's really hard to avoid that ring of blacktop. The sixth hole is a slight dogleg left, unlike the two previous doglegs which were dogleg rights. And therefore, even though most of these holes are fairly short and pretty straightforward, they do force you to work your disc a little bit. I'll also mention that despite what you may think by looking at some of these holes, this course is actually very popular and not just with beginners. The course is very centrally located and therefore a lot of people have easy access to the course. Also, the course is short enough that most people can get around it on their lunch break or in just an hour after work. And so therefore this course is very popular despite the fact that so many of the holes are so short and straightforward. The seventh hole is another short and straight hole. There is dense woods on either side of the fairway, but the fairway is plenty wide that you should be able to avoid them. The eighth hole is the longest par 3 on this course. There are some dense woods that are tight by this course's standards on the right-hand side, but this is definitely not a tight hole by modern standards. I do want to thank you for watching this video. Parking Full Time would not be anything without the people who watch. I realize that every day, and I heartily thank you every day. Overall, this isn't one of my favorite courses because the holes are just too short and straightforward. But if you want to see what disc golf was like 40 years ago, or if you just want a quick relaxing round or even half round, then this is a good place to play. The restroom building and parking lot are directly behind the 9th basket here, so the two nines do form independent loops if you only have time for 9 holes. There's the view back to the 9th tee. That is the end of the front 9. I will see you on the back 9. Until then, have a great afternoon, take care, and Lord bless.